All right, so I'm going to show you how to make what I believe are the best biscuits. They're buttermilk biscuits, and they're delicious. So what I did to start off was I took cold butter and I chopped it into cubes, and then I put it back in the freezer so it's super cold. What I believe also makes these amazing is cake flour. I do equal parts. So in this one, it's 2 cups and 2 cups of all-purpose flour and cake flour. It gives it a nice texture. That's how I almost want to say cakey, but not quite. But it just gives a little bit more a little more oomph to that biscuit. That's the best way I could describe it. So if you don't like that description, sorry. But yeah, then I got baking soda, baking powder, and don't worry, all the instructions are at the bottom and whatnot. But the reason I put the butter back in the freezer during this process is to keep it as cold as possible. If your butter gets warm during this process, here I'm putting the frozen butter back in, and I'm gonna pulsate it real quick here. But if your butter gets warm, your dough will start getting like runny and sticky. So you want to keep the butter super cold. Then from here, I'm gonna make a little well, put a little bit of buttermilk in there, and then stir it up. I got a spatula, and I'm just trying to get it all to start coming together nicely. Then after this, I just want to make sure I'm digging all the way deep in the bottom. Then I flour my surface. I think I might have over-floured it this time, but whatever. It came out wonderful. So you can see I put them in here. I probably could have mixed a little bit better in the bowl. But here I'm going to just bring it back together a little bit, and I'm going to roll them out. And then I'm going to do what's called a bookend method. And so what you're doing, so I did one really quick, but here I slowed it down so we could see. I'm going to roll it out into rectangle-ish. Try not to tear the dough. I'm trying not to overwork it too much. But you can look in there, see those butter cubes? Oh yeah, it's going to be delicious later. So anyways, so I'm getting this going into a rectangle shape. And then I have my handy dandy tool. I honestly don't know what that thing's called. I call it a counter scraper because it helps clean the counter when I'm all done. I'm going to do is fold it over. And then I'm going to go to the other side. And these should be a little bit more even lines, but whatever. Anyways, so there. Now you see that that's a pretty nice rectangle. At that much shape, I have 2.5-inch cutter. You can see nicely in there, and then a little bit quicker. And if I need more biscuits, what I do is I'll take this leftover dough, I'll roll it out, and you'll see I made more biscuits with it. So yeah, I don't really waste a lot of that. I'm putting buttermilk on here, so that'll help with the color, like this color. And then I topped it with a little bit of butter because, yeah. And we just take a moment to appreciate this shot of amazing looking biscuits.